People the Purple Butterfly here, otherwise known as People7 on Twitter and YouTube, People elsewhere on the internet. My blog is located at purplebutterfly-people.blogspot.com, and my social can be purchased at people.etsy.com. And this room used to be my knitting cozy, but I've converted it into my soap lab. I have all my soap supplies up here. I have all my molds up here. My crock pot's up here, my cutting rack is up here, etc., etc., etc. But because it did used to be my knitting cozy, I found a long lost pair of socks that I knitted, and then knitted the other one, and then misplaced the original. So since I know where the other sock like this is, I'm going to put this with my socks, so that way I'll have a match set again. I sat down in my rocking chair, and I went to reach for something in the pocket, and there it was. Anyway, I used to do this kind of stuff all the time. I also used to have single sock syndrome really bad. That's when you knit on a pattern, especially a complicated pattern, and then the second sock you go, well, I know what the pattern's like now, and then you just kind of get out the motivation to finish the sock. So I've been working on completing sock seconds for a while. Anyway, my HP soap. Time to cut it. Yes, yes, yes. I was concerned that it was going to be too soft because for the longest, it just felt soft. But it's hardened up nicely, and I'm hoping it's not, shall we say, too hard. I do have a miter box and blade if it is too hard, but for right now I'm hoping my standard cheese cutter format will do the trick. Okay, and let's see, what can I do with this post? Good my word. Yeah, I literally just got home from work. I stopped off long enough to get a cup of coffee, and came upstairs, put my purse down, put the coffee down, turned on the video camera. So when I say I just got home from work, I mean I just got home from work. So, needless to say, putting the purse directly in front of where I need the soap to go is not a good idea. But anyway, one good thing about being up here, I don't have to gather a box if I don't have one available. I can just put this down. Because frankly, I cannot wait to see what this is going to look like. Yeah. So let's get this out of here. Oh, it's kind of soft. That's good to know. Now, I'm just going to put that right on over. I just love silicone liners and molds, but silicone molds without the wooden frame tends to be just like this. And I had a silicone mold that was made to be the mold and liner itself, and it would bevel out. So I love the little wooden frame. In fact, I'm going to find out where the young lady got these liners, since they obviously come separate, and see if I could get a set for every wooden frame that I own. They might come in different sizes or whatever, so that's what I'm thinking. Anyway, let's put this here. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's not quite going to fit there. But to move stuff out the way, because I'm the owner of this domain. And I am going to have to turn it around because that little part right there will stick at me. And I I don't want that to stick at me. Now, let's see what this is going to look like. It's got that rustic appeal. But let's see what the colors are going to look like. Yep. Well, first, let's slice out that very, very edge. That'll give me samples, and it'll also give me my piece. Oh, look. That's kind of cool. Excuse me. And on top of that, my asthma is trying to act up. And I'm not really going to let it do that. Okay, now. I just realized something. I'm used to having the camera on this side. Might be why I feel so awkward. But it's all good. Just got to remember to go to my left to show you. So apparently the pink is getting ghost, and the purple is there, and there's some white. So I'm still happy I made CDP. Yay! I'm thinking this is going to get harder because, you know, even though it's just now being cut, it is fairly hard, but it's not so hard that I can't get the cutter through it. So this has a very interesting texture, and I like it. Now my next goal is going to be trying to come up with a CP format primarily, but with a CP feel, like the smoothness, the soft, the smooth, no rustic look, because this looks great, and I admit that looks amazing to me. But there are times when you just want to, say, well, granted, I won't be able to do a tiger swirl with this method, and I won't be able to do, say, you know, in the pot swirl type dealio, something like that, but it would be nice to have options regardless of what method you're using. And this was neutral. Well, actually, it was in the tins. Well, no, it was green. I saved that little peel strip, but it was a green soap, which is neutral on the lye, but mild on the skin, before it was even done cooking. So I'm thinking by the time it's done with the, setup and all that, because it's supposed to take about a week, then it'll be really mild. And the edges are very soft. But that's fine, because then I don't have to do cleanup. All I have to do is smooth. And that is a very neat effect. Look there. Oh, look, I see some of the pink right there. Cool. So it didn't completely run away from me. If you gotta have a pop of color, a pop of pink is cool. Well, in my world, because, well, I love pink. And bright yellow and bright red. And if it's bright, I probably like it. Yep. That's just the best way to describe me. Oh, wow. Check that out. It almost looks like a reverse swirl. So that's kind of cool. So I got 3 there, 2 there, so that's 5. It's probably going to give me 9. It made it sound when I was cutting it like it was cooking. That took me a minute to get used to, because as soon as I lifted up the pan on the crock pot, I didn't realize that it actually makes a sizzling sound. So I'm like, what? Oh, okay, stir. Okay. And it was actually a notation in the paperwork that said, may make a sizzling sound. But it's like I didn't realize it, and it threw me off. I even like the top. Yeah. Now, I know you're supposed to avoid the part on the edges when you're cooking the soap, but in my brain, that equates to waste. So basically, after I got all the soap in, I scraped all those little scraggles and put it on top and then tapped it down. So I figure it'll give it this nice rustic effect without the cooked out soap taking over. So that kind of worked out. Now let's try these last few slices. I do see a little teeny bit of pink right there on the edge. Yeah. So let's smooth that. I like that soap you don't have to clean up. And no sharp edge. I like it. Okay. Pops of pink. And I'm glad to see that some of the purple showed up too, because it was looking kind of funky there for a minute. Alrighty then. See how smooth I got just from me rubbing it? I mean, literally no cleanup. I had my little potato peeler to trim it out for nothing. Didn't need to do it. There we go. And I am so glad to know that this is completely neutral and cooked away, because those are the white spots. Normally, when you see white spots in soap, you have to worry. This is no worry. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8. That means not only do I have enough to, process and all that, I managed to cut them all nice and even. Now, let me put this oil away. I want to see what it weighs. Since they're primarily even, if I measure the thickest one I see, that all of them will be that measurement or less. Alright then. So we'll pick up this one. Which was the first cut? The first cut is usually the thickest. I don't know why that is. It's not like I planned it. 5.86. Be right there, Mommy. Okay. And the last one was 480. And I gotta go, apparently. So, this is the People of 7 on Twitter, YouTube, People elsewhere on the internet. My blog is located at purplebutterfly-peopla.blogspot.com, and my social can be purchased at peopla.etsy.com. Y'all stay blessed, stay tuned, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Bye, man.